One back tuning into today's video. We had an update from the Korean model for the coming month, so we're going to have a look at the anomalies for June, see what the model is predicting for the month ahead. We're also going to have a look at the chance of some thundery weather coming up over the next couple of days. Probably not too much today, but I think overnight things will get a little bit more interesting, and then through Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday there could be some really quite heavy downpours around. Indeed. Now, before I get on with that, just want to talk about the advertising. There's video ads on my pages at GazworthViz.com, and if you press play on the video ad, you'll be supporting GazworthViz.com. Thanks very much for doing that. So let's start off with the update from Korea for June. These are broken down into 10-day periods, I think. We've got early June, middle June, and late June, so presumably the 1st to 10th, 10th to 20th, 20th to the 30th. These are sea level pressure anomalies. The first period, of course, is for early June. We've got these orange colours sitting to the south of the country. That is an area of high pressure. Also got red colours, quite deep reds, sitting to the north, so quite a bit of northern blocking. And we've also got this area of low pressure, indicated by these blue colours here, in the Atlantic. The only thing with this is that the jet stream is running generally to the north of the country. Actually, we're on the warm side of the jet. We're generally bringing up winds from a southwesterly or southerly flow, so it's going to be pretty warm, I think, for the start of June on the basis, but quite settled as well. Always more unsettled perhaps out to the west and the northwest, but really not too bad for the south and the southeast. A lot of dry and settled weather with that. Going through to the middle of June, we do find things turn a little bit more unsettled to the north of the country. Got these blue colours here, indicate we've got low pressure sitting just to the north. But really, the heights remain quite high to the south, around France and going into central parts of Europe. So we've got high pressure down there. And generally winds, I think, will be coming from a southwesterly or possibly southerly direction once again. So it certainly isn't going to be cold or warm, sort of middle phase June. Probably a little bit more unsettled, particularly in the north, but not too bad down in the south. But probably more unsettled mid-month compared to the earlier part of the month. And then going through to late June, well, look at this. The final week to 10 days of the month, we build in high pressure from the north east. Got a big area of high pressure sitting over Scandinavia, and that bridges down into the British Isles. That's high pressure really taking over through the latter stages of June. The winds with that are coming in from, let's get rid of that. Winds from June are coming in for the latter stage of June, coming in from a easterly or southeasterly direction. So that will be very warm late stage to June, if not hot actually. That could be proper heat wave type conditions for the final week to 10 days. So overall it looks like we're in for a pretty warm June, to be honest. This is being backed up by other models that we could see this very warm, particularly second half of June, but we could see a very warm June overall. And then perhaps as we get through July and August, we might start to see a bit of a deterioration, although we don't go out as far as that on this update, so that's very speculative. But certainly June is looking like a pretty warm month, I think, on the basis of a lot of the model evidence that we're seeing just at the moment. Now, in the coming few days, we've got to concentrate on the risk of heavy showers and thunderstorms. Had a very warm weekend. It's still very warm today. Temperatures could be popping up to 25 or maybe even 26 degrees around London. That's getting on for around 80 Fahrenheit. Quite a bit of humidity of that. But we will be setting off heavy showers and thunderstorms through the course of this week. This is the high-resolution Euro 4 precipitation forecast from the website Weather Online. And we see that we've got some showers out to west of the country for today, but not really all that many of them, to be honest. Congregating around Ireland down to the very far southwest, but most places probably having a dry day. It could be a scattered shower breaking out maybe over Welsh mountains, over Pennines. Could get a thunderstorm this afternoon, but they'll be pretty well scattered. I think we'll be quite unlucky to get one. Generally the idea is that we keep the rainfall out to the west of the country, risk of showers through the course of today. Things will start to get a little bit more interesting overnight though. We're going to start to bring up some showers from the south and the southwest in towards, well, much of Ireland at risk, and certainly Wales, southwest England, southern parts of England as well. Maybe one or two breaking out through perhaps northern England down into Midlands, possibly around the London area. And any of these could contain thunder, so through the night don't be surprised if you're woken up by a clap of thunder, particularly down in the south and the southwest. Fairly well scattered away from the southwest, but certainly things could start to develop through the course of the night. And as we go into tomorrow, the risk will just build up more and more through the day, so we will have these showers down in the south and the southwest through the course of the morning. And as we go on into the afternoon, they'll get more widespread, heavier, some really heavy downpours possible being signalled here across northern England through the course of the Tuesday afternoon. Some very torrential thunderstorms could be possible, and some scattered showers or storms stretching down into parts of Midlands, Wales, southwest and southern England as well. And there's another cluster there coming out of northern France, heading in towards southern England. And then finally going through as far as we can go with the high resolution Euro 4 model up to midnight Wednesday. Well, the showers trundle off up north, so head up in towards Scotland through the course of the Wednesday, the early hours of Wednesday morning. Another cluster of storm perhaps clipping close to the southeast of England, but generally things calming down through the course of Tuesday night into Wednesday. Let's have a look at the precipitation forecast from the GFS model, and we see that for midnight tonight we have got a risk of showers breaking out. There's some quite heavy storms leaving the Brest Peninsula, pushing up in towards the Channel at midnight. As we go through to the early hours of the morning, yeah, it's really down in the south and the southwest that got risk of those showers through the course of tonight. So anywhere south of the Midlands and across into Wales, I think at risk of seeing some showers tonight, and I'd say they could contain a rumble of thunder or a flash of lightning. Going through to tomorrow morning, the showers still really in the west and the southwest, but as we go through into the afternoon, they will get more widespread. Again, similar to the Euro 4 model, suggestion that they could particularly break out across northern England. Actually, that could be the place to be if you're planning to do a bit of storm watching. Northern England, around the Pennines, that could be the greatest risk of those downpours, possibly stretching down in towards Wales and the Midlands as well. We have got convective potential tomorrow afternoon, the green and yellow colours shown, particularly for northern England, the risk of some lightning and thunder in those showers. Things calming down overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Showers pushing up in towards Scotland and clipping close to the southeast of England, but generally I think things do calm down quite a bit in the early hours of Wednesday morning. But it's only a brief reprieve, because as we go through Wednesday itself, more showers will develop, this time perhaps more in the east and the southeast, so through the Channel in towards the Midlands into southeastern parts of England and East Anglia. That could be the greatest risk of showers or maybe even thunderstorms on Wednesday afternoon. Again, we have got convective potential being signalled there through the course of Wednesday afternoon. And as we go through finally into Thursday, we really have got to watch out for this, because the idea is that some very torrential thundery rain, maybe not thunderstorms, but very torrential thundery rain could develop across northern France and start to push northwards in the early hours of Thursday. Look at that for 6 a.m. Thursday morning across much of England and Wales. A very, very, very wet picture, particularly for the Midlands, Lincolnshire, southeastern England, although the area will change where the worst of that rain is. But certainly the idea is that some sort of very heavy rain event is pushing out of France in towards England and Wales early on Thursday morning. It's been signalled quite consistently from the GFS model, although it's a long way off and I wouldn't be too sure about it until the high resolution Euro 4 model started to come into this time frame. But it needs watching, because that is very significant rain, possibly up to 50 millimetres pushing up from France on this GFS run, and then that continues through into Thursday morning, congregating by midday Thursday across northern England. Really torrential rain there, and then it goes on northwards in towards Scotland. So very wet, potentially through the early hours of Thursday into Thursday itself. But before we get to that, we've got an increasing risk of showers and thunderstorms. I think things will start to kick off in the southwest through the course of tonight, become more widespread through the course of Tuesday, particularly perhaps focused around northern England. Then Wednesday, the focus could shift to the southeast, and then we're going to watch out that really heavy rain pushing out of France on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So a lot going on. I'll be updating regularly. I'm sure at some point we'll do a Stormwatch update as well. Could be tomorrow on the Stormwatch page. But that's it for now. Very interesting outlook. If you're a fan of convection or heavy rainfall, I think you're going to be in for an interesting few days. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.